We're doing a lot of research for customer experience in financial services, and I was curious, what do you feel is different about customer experience in financial services from CX and other industries?
It's a great question. I think there's some similarities. I think there are some distinct differences. So, from the perspective of similarities, certainly customer experience in the financial services industry at least has a desire to be on par with any other type of experience that customers are having with other industries. I think that's really first and foremost, they want to be seen as the premier place for customer service. I think the practical reality in finance, especially banking, is that they do have a tendency to lag behind some of the heavy hitters in the industry that are real. When you think about CX, I think a lot of times banking and financial services don't invest the money in the technologies. I think a lot of times they have somewhat antiquated core systems that they rely on to be able to do things like customer journeys, to be able to use AI from data sources. They have a lot of disjointed data sources. Oftentimes, financial services, from a technology perspective, tend to move very slowly, not just from an investment perspective, but simply the complexity of the underlying systems, connecting the dots on all the systems, the multiple places where customers can come in, I think creates a little bit of a challenge for financial services CX leaders. They don't have the budget. It's complex. The data is not in the same place. And even the data they have oftentimes is not very clean, ready for prime time. So when they start doing things like AI, Copilot, and coaching, or things like anything where they're trying to help the frontline agent from the data sources, even from their training data sources, the first thing they often find is that those data sources aren't clean enough for prime time. And there's a lot of pre-work that needs to be done, which oftentimes dilutes the investment or the excitement around the investment. I think the
That's
other practical challenge in financial services is that you've got oftentimes when people are reaching out to their bank, and not unlike a lot of other companies that provide services, the last thing that most customers want to do is actually talk to their bank. And when it comes to
Mhm.
personal finances, there's often a lot of emotion connected with those interactions, especially if there's something wrong with their account, there's transactions that they don't recognize. Oftentimes they're looking at their balance and it's not as high as they thought it should be. All of those things generate a significant emotion. Fraud, for example, generates significant emotion and really provides an opportunity for financial services to do well at those interactions, to be able to answer quickly, to have someone competent, to have few touch points. I think the reality is most banks don't, and financial services in the financial services industry don't really do that very well. So there's a lot of challenges.
That's interesting. Yeah, if you're getting something wrong with my t-shirt order, that
Yeah,
I'll be upset, but if something's going wrong with my money, that's like a whole other level, right?
absolutely. Exactly.